Opera Gallery is a really interesting gallery because we're mostly specialized in modern and contemporary art. Yet again, we're one of the leading galleries worldwide, having about 14 galleries in all major hubs. We have in New York, London, Paris, Monaco, Geneva. Right now we're having our major exhibition in Dubai. What's really interesting is that we're representing a duet of two artists, two very well-established contemporary artists. Matteo Sbaragli, who's actually an Italian artist from Venice, and Eduardo Guilfenben, who's a South American artist from Chile. The only difference I would say of both artists is that one of them is a figurative artist, whereas the other one is an abstract artist. The abstract artist actually does a lot of representation of acrylic media, so it's a mixed media that combines acrylic with lacquer. So what's really interesting about his technique is that he actually uses his hands for the creation of his artwork. So you find a lot of rhythm, a lot of swirls through his painting that are very much considered to be abstract, very emotional towards the colors that are actually being used. For Matteo Sbaragli, who's a very academic and intellectual Italian artist, actually does a lot of representation of monumental portraits, which is actually oil on aluminium board. There's a lot of bizarre faces that are normally represented. Although it's very academic, it's very neoclassical, which is very much the reference towards Italy its own way, we must understand that the themes are quite bizarre. And the academic world, I would say, for Matteo Sbaragli, who actually studied in the Beaux-Arts in Italy, in Venice, you have to understand that representing an old person actually shows the talent of an artist. When you actually look at a portrait or even at a figurative painting, you should always look at the hands and at the feet, because these are the most important and most difficult limbs to represent in the human anatomy. What's really interesting about Opera Gallery is that we're very much involved in Dubai because we learned that it's a growing, emerging country that actually offers so many interesting domains. So yet again, we're focused on contemporary art, and we're trying to show for the first time a lot of westernized artists here in the UAE. A lot of people who don't actually have this notion of art. Art in general is part of the westernized culture, but I would say, although the UAE culture has a lot of advantages with ceramics and mosques that are very much traditional and reflect the religion in general, you have to understand that the westernized world, which is contemporary, that we consider to be 21st century art, is an art form that a lot of people are not familiar with. So of course we're trying to introduce this for the first time and trying to show, of course, the art market in a whole, that it can actually expand not only in Europe, but also in the Middle East, which is, of course, the growing region to this day.